prime time on the top game, it's a fine line. Man in the match, that's Daveye, he's the main guy, keep a close eye. Make sure you don't make no wrong play, cause I'm with Jose and Andre. And when Cyrus comes to walk in, you better know that you are watching Premier League. Daveye, tell him what time we on, what time we on. Prime time, let me hear you say Premier League. Daveye, tell him what time we on, what time we on.
Hello and welcome back to Premier League Primetime, and I, of course, am here with the one and only Mr. Joe. How are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too well. I think we both know why. Manchester United 0, Brentford 4. Let me just clarify that so the viewers can make sure you're not hearing me incorrectly. Manchester United 0, Brentford 4. Before we go into the player ratings, take us through that performance by Manchester United. Thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, well, we lost the game in the first 20 minutes, I think. 2 errors from De Gea, 2 inexcusable errors from De Gea. I backed him all of last season. He was good last season, but this season he just started off way too much of a liability. You have to be able to rely on your keeper. I mean, if you can't rely on your keeper, you can't rely on anyone on the team. So yeah, we lost the game easily in the first 20 minutes. We gave away another clumsy goal after that in the 35th minute. And then once more, the only real good goal of the game, I think, was the last one.
Yeah, off the counter attack, of course. But we'll just get right into these Manchester United player ratings before we touch a bit on Brentford. In goal, David De Gea, 0 to 10.
I would agree. 0 out of 10. I mean, he didn't really do anything right. I think he had a decent save at the end, but that doesn't really make up for losing us the game at the beginning of the game anyway. So
that's fair. Into the back four, right back to Godolo.
Probably my man of the match, actually. I think I'd probably give him a 6.5 out of 10. I think he didn't do too much wrong, and he tried to be creative going after the back, which I appreciate.
Fair enough. Into the center back partnership. We'll start with Maguire. Again, not the worst player on the pitch. He's looked not great, but he looked okay.
Yeah, he was all right. I'd give him an average 6. I didn't think he did. I didn't honestly see him do too much wrong. Maybe he could have been in a better position to help out De Gea, made it look a little easier for De Gea, so he wouldn't freak out as much. But I mean, we're picking at straws. So I mean, I just give him an average 6.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will always judge him is that he has that captain's armband.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
I mean, no one dislikes the fact that Maguire is captain more than I do. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, but I can't really fault him for today. It wasn't his doing.
No. So alongside him, Lisandro Martinez looks like he was struggling a bit today.
I'd probably give him a 5. I think he got bullied on that third goal, which I don't like to see. But I think he's gonna take a bit of time to acclimatize. I think he's a really hard-working player, and I think he's gonna be a great player for us. But we got to give him time.
At left back, Luke Shaw.
Abysmal, so bad. He did nothing. 3 out of 10. I don't think he wasn't solid going back. He didn't do anything going forward. I have nothing good to say about this game.
In the pivot, Fred
looked fine. I give him maybe 6, maybe 5.5. I didn't see much from him. I didn't see him do that much wrong either. It was just kind of wasn't. I didn't notice him too much this game.
Alongside him, Christian Eriksen playing in that holding midfield role.
He didn't look very good. I give him a 5. I think although De Gea obviously shouldn't have played in that ball for the second goal, I think he could have just cleared it right away instead of taking a touch. I think he just didn't look. He didn't look too creative. He looked more creative in the second half of that Brighton game than he did in this game. Hoping for better from him.
Yeah, that's fair. Into the attacking trio, I'll start with Jadon Sancho on the right-hand side.
He looked good. Well, not good, but he looked like one of our better players. Maybe I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10.
Fair enough. On the left-hand side, Marcus Rashford.
Absolutely nothing. Probably 4 out of 10. I didn't see anything from him. It's amazing how he used to be so creative and clever at beating players, and how we never knew what he was going to do. Was he going to cross it? Was he going to beat a few, put it in the box? Was he going to take a shot? It doesn't matter what he does now. Everyone reads it. Everyone finds out what he's doing, and everyone stops him.
Into the number 10, Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, he was shocking. I give him a 4. He played one good ball to Rashford the whole game. Other than that, he got the Hollywood passes, as someone usually likes to say.
No.
And he's got just poor passing overall, poor shooting. I remember he skied a shot that I don't know how he managed to sky that. But yeah, very poor. Needs to be benched, in my opinion. He won't be, but he needs to be.
Up front, Cristiano Ronaldo this year, 7 up front.
Didn't get much of anything. I think he had a ball from Delo that came in a little bit behind him that he did well to put just off target, honestly. I give him an average 6.
That's fair. Substitutions, Tiro Malacia, Rafael Varane, Scott McTominay, they all got 45 minutes, so I think they can work in marking. I'll start with McTominay.
I mean, I didn't really notice him. I give him a 6. I don't really have anything too bad to say about him today. He was abysmal in the Brighton game, but today he was, I don't know, he was just kind of anonymous.
Varane
looks solid. I mean, I always think that Varane should be starting. I don't know how Maguire is starting over him, but we'll see what happens in the next game. I'd probably give Varane a 6 out of 10 as well.
A man who I heard you praise time and time again throughout the second half, Tiro Malacia coming off the bench.
Yeah, he looked really energetic. I really hope he starts over Luke Shaw in the next game, because I think he does look really energetic. He looks like he wants it more than a lot of players right now. I like his energy. I like his speed. I think he's a composed defender, which I like. So I hope he starts in the Liverpool game. I'd try to give him a 6.5.
Fair enough. And Donny van de Beek, of course, coming on for the last 5 minutes.
Barely any time. I don't even know if he got a touch on the ball.
As per usual.
I just give him the average 6.
Elanga
didn't do that much either. I think he flicked the ball over a defender once.
And
just give him average.
And lastly, into the manager before we move into Brentford, Erik ten Hag.
I mean, there are things to be questioned, but it doesn't really matter. Ten Hag's gonna play who he wants to play. He's gonna figure out who he likes, who he doesn't like. I don't care. I don't care what he picks. He can pick whatever he wants. He's the manager, and I trust him. That's all.
That's very fair. And moving onto the Brentford side, absolutely phenomenal performance and display. What went so well for them that it looked as if that it just looked so easy.
Yeah, I think you have to admire their confidence. I think that they took from the Brighton game the fact that we are completely out of it, not looking like ourselves whatsoever, and they came into this game, and I think they felt like the better team immediately, which I think helped them a lot. They pressured us really well, got to hit and make mistakes, and they capitalized on those mistakes. They took every single chance I think that they had in the first half, and really, really impressive performance. I hope for their sake that they take it to the rest of the season.
100%. They were very, very good. Start off in goal, David Raya didn't have a lot to do today.
He did not have a lot to do today. Am I rating them?
Yeah.
I would probably give him a 7. I mean, he looked solid. He came out. I remember he came out. One thing that really impressed me was there was a free kick that came in from really far out, and he came all the way out, and he grabbed it and held onto it.
Starting off to the back three, I'll go with Rasmussen. I think his name is. He played well today. He had Rashford in his back pocket for most of the game.
Looked solid, 7.5, I'd say.
That's fair. Into the other parts of that back three. I'll start off with Ben Mee.
Ben Mee looked great. I mean, bullied. What's his name? Bullied Lissandro Martinez
for the goal.
For that third goal. Yeah, impressive performance. He did really well to score that goal, so I give him an 8.
I forgot who's playing it in the back with him as well. I think his name was like Jansen or something like that.
Jansen?
I think he was the guy who was playing alongside him in that back three.
He scored a goal today, Jansen.
And I'm talking about the other center back.
The other center back?
I forgot his name. This looks so bad, but he played well today. Basically commanded everything well in his box. I have to give him a 6. Into the wing backs, Aaron Hickey. He was impressive today.
He looked good. I heard his name a lot. I'd probably give him a 7.5.
Great signing from Bologna.
Yeah.
Looks very, very good, comfortable. Rico Henry down on the left-hand side.
He looked great. Great on the counter-attack. 7.5, I would say, again.
Into the midfield, Jansen, of course.
Jansen, he looked great. He scored a great goal. He took his chance really well. I'd give him an 8.5, I'd say.
All right. Christian Norgard playing in there, a player who I constantly, time and time again, I praise over and over.
Yeah, looks very solid. Very solid. They contributed a lot to, I think, their defensive performance today. How well they defended. I'd probably give it an 8.
Fair enough. Josh De Silva scored the first goal. So he's had a great 2 games so far this season.
Yeah, definitely a little lucky on that first goal, but you gotta try the shot to get it in. So I'd give him a 7.
Even on that, he was bullying Luke Shaw, bullying Fred. It just looks so easy, so easy. In up front, Ivan Toney linked a lot of play together.
He did, and he was winning a lot of balls. I'd probably give him a 7. I think he won a lot in the air, which was really helpful for his team.
Yeah, and Brian Mbeumo scoring the 4th goal as well.
He looked excellent, Brian Mbeumo. We made him look like Sadio Mane today.
Of course.
So I'd give him a 9. I think he was their best player.
Fair enough. The substitutions for Brentford. They got like 15 odd minutes. Let's give him we'll give him an average.
Yeah, give him an average 6. So that's all good.
And last but not least, Thomas Frank.
I did an excellent job. I loved seeing him bring the tactics board out during the middle of the
I did as well.
I thought that was awesome. I love that he loves the players so much. I love that the fans love him. It's a great vibes at Brentford right now.
100%. Just it was vibes to see at Man United this year, but definitely not the same sort of vibes.
Yeah.
Looking at how awful this game is, surely we're having goosebumps for that Liverpool game next week.
Yeah. Yeah. All I'm hoping for in that game is that I see the stadium empty, to be honest. It's been going around on Twitter, the empty Old Trafford. I really hope it happens. I think it'll make a great statement against these opponents, our biggest rivals, the biggest game of the season for us. We're at home to Liverpool. There's no bigger tie to do this in, and I think it'd make a really good statement if we could.
100%. I think that would be a great stem on the match United supporters have for, the Glazers out moving for so long, and if they somehow pulled this off, that would be absolutely astronomical.
Yeah.
But what do Manchester United need to do to fix up for this game?
I think we need to just change everything. I think we're just sticking with players who have been shit for such a long time. Look at Luke Shaw. Bruno Fernandes, even player who I love, but just been so out of form for so long. Marcus Rashford, the midfield, everyone in the midfield, to be honest, apart from Eriksen. I'd like to see Garner. I'd like to see what's his name?
Donny Van de Beek.
Donny get a full 90 minutes for once in the midfield. I think Garner and Donny might actually be a good midfield duo. I'd love to see Garnacho play. I'm sure since it's Liverpool, we'll probably just play Rashford. But I'd love to see Garnacho play on the left. I still want to see Ronaldo play up front because everyone knows what he can do. Sancho on the right, definitely. And then I'd love to see Tyrone Malacia at left back. I'd like Lissandro and Varane at the back, and then at right back Dalot is good. And then that goalkeeper, I guess De Gea. What other options do we have? Tommy?
Yes. Recall Henderson from loan.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
And lastly, of course, before we end this, looking at the Brentford side, looking how well they've done today, what do they need to do when they play Fulham next week?
Just keep the momentum. They keep any kind of momentum from this game, and they'll thrash Fulham. I think that they keep that confidence, that swagger that they played with today, and they're going to do really well.
100%. Well, there you have it. This is your Jose fan cam and Manchester United looking as if they're in the mud again. Brentford 4, Manchester United down. Where do Manchester United go from here as they prepare for next week? Thank you so much for your time watching this, and let us know in the comments down below what are your thoughts on the topics that have been in store in this feature of Premier League Primetime in the comments down below. Smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out our other platforms on Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and wherever you are watching this in the world. We hope you have an absolutely fantastic day / evening.